Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to stand before you today as we gather to address a topic that holds the power to transform lives. Life, as we know, is full of choices, and sometimes the most profound shifts occur not from what we begin doing, but from what we stop doing. We all have habits, thought patterns, and actions that may seem insignificant, but over time, they hold us back from reaching our full potential. Procrastination is one of the most significant obstacles to achieving success and fulfillment. It's the habit of delaying tasks, often due to fear, uncertainty, or a lack of motivation. But the truth is, procrastination steals precious time and energy that could be better used in the pursuit of your goals. If you want to make real progress in your life, the first thing you must do is stop procrastinating and take immediate action. The habit of procrastination often starts as a minor delay, but can quickly snowball, leading to increased stress, missed opportunities, and a sense of helplessness. When you procrastinate, you essentially put your dreams and goals on hold, telling yourself that you will get to it later, that you'll start tomorrow or next week. This constant delay not only wastes time, but it also chips away at your self-confidence. Each time you procrastinate, you reinforce the idea that you are not capable of taking action, which can create a negative cycle that becomes harder to break over time. One of the primary reasons people procrastinate is fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. These fears paralyze us and prevent us from moving forward. It is easy to convince yourself that you're not ready, that you need more time, or that you'll never be good enough. However, this fear is often a product of your own mind, and the only way to overcome it is by taking action, no matter how small. When you stop procrastinating, you confront the fear head-on and begin to build momentum. The more you act, the less power fear has over you. It's the act of doing that diminishes the hold fear has on your thoughts and actions. Another common cause of procrastination is a lack of clarity or direction. If you don't have a clear understanding of what you need to do or why you need to do it, it's easy to avoid taking action. The key to overcoming this barrier is to break down large, overwhelming tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. This process makes the task seem less intimidating and provides a clear path forward. When you know exactly what needs to be done, you will feel more confident and empowered to take the first step, and the subsequent steps will follow naturally. There is also a tendency to procrastinate because people wait for the perfect moment to start. The idea that you have to wait for everything to align perfectly before you take action is one of the most dangerous traps. Perfection is an illusion, and waiting for the right moment will only delay your progress. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time to start. Life will always have its challenges, obstacles, and uncertainties. Instead of waiting for the conditions to be ideal, take the initiative and start with what you have, where you are, and with the resources available to you. As you move forward, the path will reveal itself, and you'll gain clarity as you take each step. The key to overcoming procrastination is to understand that the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to take action. Time slips away and opportunities fade. Every day you delay is one more day you could have used to make progress toward your goals. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you have plenty of time, but time is the one thing you can never get back. By taking immediate action, you begin to reclaim that lost time and put yourself back in control of your future. One of the most effective ways to stop procrastinating is to develop a sense of urgency. Create a sense of purpose and importance around the tasks at hand. When you view a task as something that needs to be done now, rather than something that can be delayed, you are more likely to take action. Hold yourself accountable by setting deadlines and breaking your goals down into smaller, actionable items. This sense of urgency creates a drive within you that propels you forward and keeps you focused on the task at hand. The key to defeating procrastination lies in the decision to start, no matter how imperfect or uncertain the process may seem. When you take that first step, you break free from the grip of procrastination and open the door to progress. The more you practice taking immediate action, the easier it becomes. And over time, you will develop the discipline and confidence needed to continue moving forward, one step at a time. By choosing to stop procrastinating, you are choosing to take control of your life and your destiny. One of the greatest barriers to living an authentic and fulfilling life is the constant need for approval from others. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation, especially when it feels like our self-worth is tied to what others think of us. Mentally strong individuals understand that their decisions and actions should not be based on the approval of others, but on their own values, beliefs, and goals. If you are constantly seeking approval from others, you are giving away your personal power and allowing external influences to dictate how you live your life. When you seek approval, you essentially put the control of your life in the hands of others. This leads to an unhealthy reliance on others for validation, which can result in feelings of inadequacy or frustration when you don't receive the recognition or praise you expect. Seeking approval often comes from a fear of rejection or not measuring up to certain standards. The need to please others can cause you to compromise your own desires and goals in order to fit in or gain acceptance. However, this constant search for approval can lead to a life that feels unfulfilled and inauthentic. You may find yourself living according to other people's expectations instead of following your own dreams. At its core, the need for approval is rooted in a lack of self-confidence and self-acceptance. When you are confident in who you are and comfortable with your own choices, you no longer feel the need to seek external validation. You understand that your worth is not determined by what others think of you, but by who you are as a person. You stop measuring your value based on approval and begin to trust in your own judgment. This shift in mindset empowers you to make decisions that align with your own goals and desires rather than trying to meet the expectations of others. In many ways, seeking approval can hold you back from taking risks or pursuing new opportunities. If you're always concerned about what others think, you may shy away from trying something new or stepping outside your comfort zone. This fear of judgment can keep you stuck in your current circumstances, unable to grow or move forward. It is important to realize that not everyone will agree with your choices, and that's okay. The more you try to please everyone around you, the more you dilute your own identity. Instead of seeking external approval, mentally strong individuals focus on living in a way that aligns with their core values. They understand that true fulfillment comes from knowing they are living authentically and true to themselves. Letting go of the need for approval also means taking responsibility for your own happiness. When you rely on others to make you feel good about yourself, you give them power over your emotions. You may find that you are constantly seeking reassurance or validation, but that sense of satisfaction is fleeting. The truth is, the only person who can truly validate your worth is you. When you stop seeking approval from others, you take control of your emotional state and your own happiness. You realize that your happiness doesn't depend on external factors, but on your ability to accept and love yourself regardless of others' opinions. It's also important to recognize that seeking approval can lead to unnecessary stress and anxiety. When you're constantly worrying about what others think, you put an immense amount of pressure on yourself to meet their expectations. This can lead to burnout and emotional exhaustion as you try to please everyone. Mentally strong individuals understand that they cannot please everyone all the time, and they are okay with that. They accept that some people may disagree with their choices, and that's a natural part of life. Instead of stressing over others' opinions, they focus on staying true to themselves and trusting their own instincts. In addition, constantly seeking approval can stifle your creativity and individuality. When you are focused on pleasing others, you may suppress your true desires and passions in order to conform to societal norms or expectations. You may avoid expressing your unique ideas or pursuing your own vision because you fear it will be judged or rejected. However, when you stop seeking approval, you open the door to greater self-expression and creativity. You allow yourself the freedom to explore your own ideas and passions without the fear of judgment. This is where true personal growth happens, when you give yourself permission to be authentic and unapologetically yourself. Finally, letting go of the need for approval frees you to create the life you truly want. Instead of living according to the expectations of others, you begin to make choices that are in alignment with your own dreams, values, and goals. You stop second-guessing yourself and start trusting in your own abilities and decisions. You realize that you are the only one who has to live with the consequences of your choices, and that your happiness is ultimately in your own hands. By letting go of the need for approval, you reclaim your personal power and step into a life of freedom, authenticity, and fulfillment. Holding on to past mistakes is a weight that many carry throughout their lives, whether they realize it or not. The inability to forgive oneself or let go of past regrets can prevent you from fully embracing the present moment and moving forward with your life. Mentally strong individuals understand that the past does not define them. They know that mistakes are part of the human experience, and they use those lessons to grow rather than allowing them to hold them back. If you continue to cling to your past mistakes, you will find it difficult to move forward and experience the joy and success that life has to offer. One of the reasons people struggle to let go of past mistakes is the tendency to tie their identity to their actions. When you make a mistake, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that it reflects who you are as a person. You may begin to believe that you are defined by your failures, or that you are incapable of doing better in the future. However, the truth is that mistakes are not a reflection of your worth or your potential. They are simply opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. When you can separate your mistakes from your identity, you free yourself from the weight of self-blame and guilt that often comes with them. Letting go of past mistakes also requires a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, mentally strong individuals view them as valuable lessons. They recognize that every misstep carries an opportunity for growth as long as they are willing to learn from it. When you embrace this mindset, you are no longer afraid of making mistakes because you understand that they are an inevitable part of the process. This shift in thinking allows you to move forward without the fear of making the same mistakes again. You learn from them, adjust your approach, and keep pushing forward toward your goals. In addition, holding on to past mistakes can prevent you from accepting new opportunities. The fear of failure often stems from the belief that past mistakes will repeat themselves. When you allow yourself to stay stuck in those past regrets, you begin to limit your potential. You may be afraid to take risks or step into new challenges because you are haunted by your previous failures. Mentally strong people, however, are willing to take calculated risks because they know that growth happens outside of their comfort zone. They have learned to embrace uncertainty and view it as a necessary part of the journey to success. By letting go of the past, you give yourself the freedom to seize new opportunities without being held back by previous mistakes. Another crucial aspect of letting go of past mistakes is practicing self-compassion. It's easy to be your own harshest critic, but mentally strong individuals understand the importance of treating themselves with kindness and understanding. They recognize that they are human, and like everyone else, they will make mistakes along the way. Instead of beating themselves up over past actions, they offer themselves grace and forgiveness. This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior or avoiding responsibility, but rather accepting that mistakes are part of the growth process. Self-compassion allows you to move forward with a sense of peace and confidence, knowing that you are capable of learning and growing from your experiences. Letting go of past mistakes also involves releasing the need for external validation or approval. Often, people hold on to their mistakes because they feel they need to make up for them or prove their worth to others. They may seek forgiveness from others, or they may feel like they need to continuously apologize or explain themselves. While seeking forgiveness from others can be important, it's crucial to recognize that your worth is not tied to the approval of others. When you release the need for external validation, you free yourself from the pressure of constantly trying to make things right in the eyes of others. You take ownership of your mistakes, learn from them, and move forward without the need for constant reassurance or validation from the outside world. In some cases, letting go of past mistakes also means forgiving others. Holding on to resentment or anger toward others for their mistakes or wrongdoings can also keep you anchored to the past. Just as you must forgive yourself for your own mistakes, it's essential to let go of any bitterness or hurt caused by others. Holding grudges only weighs you down, preventing you from moving forward and finding peace. Mentally strong individuals understand that forgiveness is not about excusing the actions of others, but about freeing themselves from the burden of negative emotions. By forgiving others and letting go of past grievances, you create space for healing and personal growth. Ultimately, the ability to let go of past mistakes is essential for personal growth and well-being. The more you hold on to regrets, guilt, or self-blame, the harder it becomes to embrace the present and move toward a brighter future. By forgiving yourself, viewing mistakes as lessons, practicing self-compassion, and releasing the need for validation, you allow yourself to grow and evolve into the person you are meant to be. When you stop clinging to the past, you open yourself up to new possibilities and experiences, and you give yourself permission to live fully in the present. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions that can prevent us from moving forward in life. It can paralyze us, limit our potential, and keep us stuck in our comfort zones. Whether it's fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or fear of not being good enough, these anxieties often hold us back from pursuing our dreams and taking risks that could lead to growth and success. If you allow fear to dictate your decisions, you will continue to live a life based on what you are afraid of, rather than on what you truly want to achieve. To live a life of purpose and fulfillment, it is essential to stop letting fear control your choices and take action despite it. The first step in overcoming fear is acknowledging that it is a natural part of the human experience. Fear is an emotion that has been ingrained in us for survival purposes. It triggers our fight or flight response when we perceive danger, protecting us from harm. However, in modern life, most of the fears we experience are not life-threatening. They are fears that stem from the mind and are often exaggerated by our own thoughts and insecurities. These irrational fears can hold us back from taking action or making decisions that will lead to personal growth and success. By recognizing that fear is often based on false beliefs or assumptions, we can begin to challenge it and move past it. One of the most common fears that people face is the fear of failure. The thought of failing can be so overwhelming that it prevents us from even trying. This fear can paralyze us and cause us to avoid taking risks or stepping outside our comfort zones. However, failure is not the end of the road. It is simply part of the journey. Every successful person has encountered failure at some point. In fact, failure is often a stepping stone to success because it provides valuable lessons and insights that help us grow. When you stop fearing failure and instead embrace it as a natural part of the learning process, you free yourself from the limitations that fear imposes. Another fear that holds many people back is the fear of the unknown. We fear what we cannot predict or control, and this fear can make us hesitant to take new opportunities or make changes in our lives. However, life is inherently unpredictable, and the unknown is where growth happens. The most rewarding experiences often lie outside of our comfort zones, where we have to step into unfamiliar territory. When you allow fear of the unknown to control your decisions, you limit yourself to what is safe and familiar, never venturing into new experiences that could lead to personal transformation. By choosing to face the unknown with courage, you open yourself up to new possibilities and a life full of excitement, growth, and achievement. Many people also fear not being good enough. This fear often stems from feelings of inadequacy or the belief that we are not worthy of success, happiness. It can prevent us from pursuing our dreams or taking action because we don't believe we have the skills, knowledge, or qualities needed to succeed. However, this fear is based on a false assumption that we must be perfect or flawless in order to deserve success. The truth is that no one is perfect, and the most successful people are often those who have embraced their flaws and used them as opportunities for growth. When you stop fearing that you are not good enough, you free yourself from the need for perfection and begin to focus on progress instead of perfection. This mindset shift allows you to take risks, make mistakes, and grow from them, ultimately helping you reach your goals. To overcome fear, you must also learn to take action despite it. It's easy to wait until you feel completely fearless or confident before making a decision, but that moment may never come. The key is to take small steps forward, even when you feel afraid. Each step you take will build your confidence and reduce the power that fear has over you. By taking action, you prove to yourself that you are capable of moving forward even when you feel uncertain or afraid. Over time, you will develop a greater sense of resilience and strength, and fear will no longer hold the same level of power over you. Another important strategy for overcoming fear is to reframe your mindset. Instead of seeing fear as a roadblock, try to view it as a signal that you are growing and pushing beyond your comfort zone. Fear is often an indication that you are on the brink of something new, something that could lead to personal development or success. Rather than retreating in the face of fear, embrace it as a sign that you are about to experience something meaningful. This shift in perspective can help you feel more empowered and motivated to take action rather than letting fear stop you in your tracks. Finally, it's essential to surround yourself with supportive people who encourage and inspire you to face your fears. When you have a network of individuals who believe in you and your potential, it becomes easier to take risks and move forward despite your fears. The support and encouragement from others can provide the motivation you need to push through fear and take bold steps toward your goals. By cultivating a positive and supportive environment, you can build the confidence and strength needed to overcome fear and create the life you desire. Excuses are often the most convenient way to avoid taking responsibility for our actions or inactions. When we make excuses, we give ourselves a reason to avoid facing the truth and making the necessary changes that will lead to growth. Excuses allow us to shift the blame, avoid discomfort, or justify our failure to act. However, mentally strong individuals understand that excuses only limit their potential and keep them trapped in a cycle of stagnation. If you want to break free from the limitations that excuses impose on your life, you must stop making excuses and take full responsibility for your actions and choices. One of the most common excuses people make is blaming external circumstances for their lack of progress. They might say things like, "I can't succeed because the economy is bad," or "I don't have the resources to make it happen." While it's true that external factors can impact our lives, mentally strong individuals understand that they cannot control these factors, but they can control how they respond to them. Instead of allowing external circumstances to dictate their outcomes, they focus on what they can control, taking action, adapting to challenges, and making the most of the resources they do have. When you stop blaming outside circumstances and take responsibility for your own actions, you regain control of your life and open the door to new possibilities. Another common excuse is the belief that you don't have enough time. Many people claim to be too busy to work on their goals or pursue their passions. The truth is that we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and how we choose to use that time determines our success. It's easy to convince ourselves that we are too busy with work, family, or other obligations, but in reality, it's about prioritizing what matters most to us. Mentally strong individuals understand that time management is key to achieving their goals. They make intentional choices about how to spend their time, and they eliminate distractions or time-wasting activities that don't align with their priorities. Instead of using time as an excuse, they focus on making the most of the time they have and committing to consistent progress, no matter how small. Fear of failure is another excuse that holds people back. Many individuals avoid taking action because they are afraid of making mistakes or failing. This fear of failure often leads to procrastination and inaction as people wait for the perfect moment or the ideal conditions to act. However, waiting for perfection only results in missed opportunities. Mentally strong individuals understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth or abilities, but rather a natural part of the learning process. They embrace failure as a stepping stone to success, knowing that each mistake provides valuable lessons that will help them improve and grow. By letting go of the fear of failure, they take bold action toward their goals, regardless of the uncertainty or risk involved. Another excuse that many people make is the belief that they are not capable of success. They might say, "I'm not smart enough," or "I don't have the talent to succeed." These limiting beliefs often stem from past experiences or negative self-talk, and they prevent individuals from taking the necessary steps toward their goals. However, mentally strong individuals know that success is not solely determined by innate talent or intelligence. Instead, success is the result of persistence, hard work, and the willingness to learn from failure. They focus on developing their skills and abilities rather than allowing self-doubt to hold them back. When you stop making excuses about your capabilities and start taking action, you begin to unlock your true potential and prove to yourself that you are more capable than you think. One of the most powerful ways to break free from the cycle of excuses is to hold yourself accountable. Accountability is the key to overcoming the tendency to make excuses and avoid responsibility. When you take full responsibility for your actions and choices, you stop relying on excuses to justify your behavior. Instead, you focus on finding solutions and taking proactive steps toward your goals. This accountability mindset creates a sense of ownership over your life, and it empowers you to take action, even when it feels difficult or uncomfortable. The more accountable you are, the more control you have over your outcomes. Excuses can also serve as a form of self-sabotage. When you make excuses, you protect yourself from facing uncomfortable truths or stepping outside of your comfort zone. You may avoid taking risks or pursuing your dreams because the fear of failure or discomfort is too overwhelming. However, mentally strong individuals understand that growth happens when we push through discomfort and face challenges head on. They are willing to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from their experiences. By reframing challenges as opportunities for growth, They eliminate the need for excuses and embrace the discomfort that comes with personal development. In addition, excuses can keep you trapped in a cycle of procrastination. When you constantly make excuses for why you can't take action, you delay progress and reinforce the habit of inaction. This procrastination can lead to feelings of frustration, regret, and self-doubt. Mentally strong individuals understand that the key to overcoming procrastination is taking immediate action, regardless of how they feel in the moment. By committing to small, consistent steps, they break free from the cycle of excuses and make steady progress toward their goals. Each small step taken is a victory that builds momentum and reduces the power of excuses over time. The bottom line is that excuses will only keep you from living the life you desire. When you stop making excuses and take full responsibility for your actions, you empower yourself to create the future you want. By embracing challenges, managing your time effectively, and confronting your fears, you begin to break free from the limitations that excuses impose. Taking responsibility for your life is the key to unlocking your potential and achieving the success and fulfillment you deserve. Neglecting self-care is a mistake that many people make, often without realizing the long-term effects it can have on their well-being and success. In the rush of daily life, it is easy to prioritize external obligations over personal health, whether it's work, family, or other responsibilities. People often convince themselves that they don't have the time or energy to take care of themselves, believing that sacrificing their well-being for the sake of others is a noble act. However, mentally strong individuals understand that self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Without proper self-care, it becomes nearly impossible to give your best to others or to pursue your goals with focus and energy. If you neglect your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, you are limiting your ability to perform at your highest potential. Taking care of your body is the foundation of self-care. The body is the vessel through which you experience life and accomplish everything you set out to do. When you don't prioritize your physical health, it impacts your energy levels, mental clarity, and overall productivity. Poor nutrition, lack of exercise, and insufficient sleep can leave you feeling fatigued, stressed, and unmotivated. Mentally strong individuals recognize that their physical health is directly tied to their ability to perform well in every area of their life. They make time for exercise, eat nourishing foods, and get enough sleep to ensure they have the energy and vitality needed to take on the challenges of the day. By focusing on maintaining a healthy body, they are better equipped to handle stress, stay focused, and tackle their goals with enthusiasm and determination. Emotional well-being is just as important as physical health. Many people neglect their emotional needs because they are too busy managing external obligations or suppressing their feelings to avoid confrontation or discomfort. However, ignoring emotional well-being can lead to burnout, resentment, and even mental health issues like anxiety or depression. Mentally strong individuals understand that it's essential to acknowledge and process their emotions rather than bottle them up. They practice emotional self-awareness, recognizing when they are feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or upset, and take the necessary steps to manage those emotions in healthy ways. This might involve talking to a trusted friend, practicing mindfulness, or seeking professional support when needed. By taking care of their emotional health, mentally strong individuals maintain a balanced mindset that helps them stay resilient in the face of challenges. Mental well-being is equally important when it comes to self-care. The mind is an incredibly powerful tool that shapes our experiences, perceptions, and actions. Neglecting mental health can lead to negative thought patterns, stress, and a lack of motivation. If you constantly push yourself without taking the time to nurture your mental state, it can be difficult to maintain focus or stay positive in the face of adversity. Mentally strong individuals prioritize mental self-care by engaging in activities that promote relaxation, clarity, and focus. This might include practicing mindfulness, reading, journaling, or engaging in creative outlets that allow the mind to unwind and refresh. They recognize that taking care of their mental health is not just about managing stress, but also about fostering a growth mindset that allows them to thrive in all areas of life. Setting boundaries is another important aspect of self-care. Many people feel obligated to say yes to every request or demand placed on them, fearing that saying no will make them seem selfish or unhelpful. However, mentally strong individuals know that saying no when necessary is a form of self-respect. They understand that overcommitting themselves can lead to burnout and resentment. By setting clear boundaries, they protect their time, energy, and emotional well-being. This allows them to focus on their own needs and priorities, which ultimately makes them more effective and present when they do choose to help others. Setting boundaries is not about being selfish. It is about recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. When you take care of yourself first, you are in a better position to give to others in a meaningful and sustainable way. Self-care also involves giving yourself the time and space to rest and recharge. Many people feel guilty for taking breaks, believing that resting is a sign of weakness or laziness. However, rest is essential for maintaining peak performance. The body and mind need time to recover, especially when dealing with high levels of stress or exertion. Mentally strong individuals recognize the importance of rest and make it a priority in their life. They understand that taking time to relax and recharge is not only necessary for physical and mental health, but also for long-term success. When you neglect rest, you risk burnout, reduced productivity, and diminished creativity. By allowing yourself time to rest and rejuvenate, you are better prepared to face the challenges that lie ahead. Another aspect of self-care is fostering healthy relationships. The people you surround yourself with have a significant impact on your well-being. Toxic relationships can drain your energy, create unnecessary stress, and negatively affect your emotional health. Mentally strong individuals make an effort to surround themselves with people who uplift and support them. They nurture relationships that bring positivity, love, and encouragement into their lives. By focusing on building a strong support system, they create a network of people who help them stay resilient during difficult times. Having a strong support system is a vital part of self-care, as it provides emotional strength and encouragement when you need it most. Finally, it is important to cultivate self-compassion as part of your self-care routine. Many people are quick to criticize themselves when they make mistakes or fall short of their goals. This self-criticism can be detrimental to mental health and can erode self-confidence. Mentally strong individuals practice self-compassion by being kind to themselves, even when things don't go as planned. They recognize that mistakes and setbacks are a natural part of life, and they approach themselves with patience and understanding. This attitude of self-compassion allows them to bounce back from challenges with a positive mindset and the determination to keep going. When you show yourself compassion, you create an environment where growth and healing can take place, ultimately helping you become stronger and more resilient in the long run.